All right, here we go. Have and have not fans. The Malones seem to have taken over the haves and the have nots, and they've taken over the channel because I'm going to hit you with a barrage of Malone videos because honestly, the main cast is so dull. It's so dull at this point. The Malones are really the major talking point of this series for the time being. So, without further ado, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Let's try to get to 1 million subscribers. Go ahead and hit the like button. Let's try to get to 50 likes on the video. Also, hit the bell icon and select all. That way you're notified whenever I post content. And follow me on social media. Links are in the description below. This isn't so much I don't want to say it's a complaint, but it's almost like there's a lot of flimsiness in Tyler's writing for the haves and the have-nots. I mean, look, I feel like it's far more noticeable, and I'm not really talking about things being dragged out or anything. I'm talking about major plot points happening just to happen for no specific rhyme or reason, and this is a pretty big one. Mama Rose has decided to retire. That's a big deal. I mean, we're talking about a character, even though she hasn't been in a large number, even though she was introduced during the back half of season 1, her presence was still felt by her family, the name and their influence in this community. So I feel like for Mama Rose to show up, and she showed up and showed out in the few episodes she did reappear in when she was near Catherine in the jail. But I feel like it's really random to just say, oh, I'm retiring, Vinny, you're in charge. What? And look, I ain't trying to say nothing against Vinny because I ain't trying to have the Malones come after me, but what about him shooting an officer in the head says that, hey, you're ready to take over? That literally makes no... This exchange of power was as flimsy as Wyatt going back to the Iron Bone bar at the end of the episode. And look, I'll do a quick segue because our episode review is pretty long. In the episode, someone special, Wyatt, he goes to the hood looking for some heroin and whatnot. He has his mother's jewelry. A couple of the dudes are like, man, this is knockoff. This is cheap. Obviously, they're from the hood, so I'm not trying to, patronize my own people, but let's be real here. As a person who doesn't know much about jewelry myself, but looking at people who most likely saw nothing but fake or cheap jewelry their entire lives, even when they see the real thing, they don't know it's the real thing. So that's why that young lady comes over. She checks out, oh, this is legit. So she drives and Wyatt's in the passenger seat, and she's like, hey, let's go get some more. Now here's the thing. The little bit she did give Wyatt is what she had on her, but then they drove off to get more. I don't know if this means they went to another supplier and then she got him more drugs for the jewelry, or if she drove him to the bar and then that's where he was going to get more drugs. Because think of it this way. If Wyatt got into another location with the woman to get whatever drugs she can find, then he would have had to have drove her back to the hood and then drive to the bar and then try to get more drugs because whatever she can get him wasn't enough. Again, see what I mean? Flimsy writing, it makes no sense. But in regards to this, Mom Rose like, look, I'm tired. You know what? I'm going down to Florida with your uncle to retire, and that'll be the end of that. You take over, but make sure you keep the family name strong and whatnot. And she has a couple of assignments about Catherine, like, find Wyatt, take him 24 hours, get $1 million, and put one of Lizzie Castile's family members in the same cell as Catherine. It's disappointing because I feel like with Mama Rose apparently being written off in this one scene, we'll never see that, standoff between her and Catherine when she eventually gets out. It's just sad. Look, just because she's allegedly being written off to go to Florida, that doesn't mean we'll never see her again, because maybe in like one of the future episodes, she's just chilling on the beach or whatever. And then next thing you know, Catherine has a hitman come and kill her. I don't know. I just feel like overall it's like, okay, let me think of an example. Comic book, of course. Damn, what's a good one? I'm trying to think. It's late. Well, it's technically 5:30 a.m., so it's early, but I woke up around 4 hours ago. I feel like overall it's one of those situations where, let's say, what's a good... Well, Avengers Endgame. I mean, because I was watching some Avengers. It's like Thanos and Iron Man are pretty much tied due to their destinies, and it's like they have this agenda vendetta against each other. And then as a result of that, it's the final battle. Oh yeah, let's do it. And it's like you never see the final battle because Thanos gets killed at the beginning. Oh yeah, that's right, because Thanos and Iron Man fought in Infinity War, and Tony got his ass kicked. And then Thor kills Thanos at the beginning of Endgame. So the Thanos who we knew from 2014 onward is dead. And then the 2014 Thanos that shows up has no real connection to the characters. So their final battle, while epic, was pretty empty. I feel the same way about the Malones. Like, you have this huge setup between Catherine and Mama Rose are going to throw down. Maybe not one-on-one, but you know what I mean. It's going to be great. But now you've kind of written Mama Rose out of the picture, and now Vinny's in charge. And Vinny, I feel like he's being undercut because his entire stick in regards to power is, oh, let me carry out Mama Rose's last wishes before she, not passed on, but went down to Florida to retire. I wonder if she's going to see Curtis and Ella at the laundromat. I just feel like it's going to be a situation where we're going to see him doing what Rose said to get the money from the criers, but he's going to have his own spin on it. Remember, he's like, I'm going to make some changes around here, and we're going to turn the heat up. So it's probably going to be like when Julius took over the cartel from his father, like when it came to getting money and everything. He's going to rough people up. He's going to be more rash. He's going to be more over the top. And as a result, it's probably going to blow up in his face. So Mama Rose retiring, I feel, wasn't a good choice because it sucks because of the fact that I really wanted to see her more in the future. But again, we could possibly see her again. But overall, it is disappointing. Like, as disappointing as she was when she asked Mitch lovingly, are you going to join the family? Because like, anything I can do for you, you going to join? No. Okay. So when it comes down to Vinny taking over, I just don't think that him shooting a cop in the head is good justification for him being ready. I mean, sure, that was just a hot-headed, impatient thing to do. I mean, I feel like he should have been like, well, bring out another officer. Who's in charge tonight? Bring him out. Bring him out. Bring him out. And then that other officer, Miller or whatever, or that other guy who was in this particular episode, he would have known better. It's like, hey, Morris, sit down somewhere. I got this. And then, he would have called the chief and then got Mama Rose out of there. But shooting the cop directly in the head at the police station, and then the flimsy, he shot himself. And it's like, what? So I don't think that proved anything. But I don't know. But how do you feel about Mama Rose retiring? Again, I just think it was but why are you retiring? Like you said, you're tired, but like, was you being arrested the catalyst? We don't know why she's retiring. She's just doing it. We finally get Mama Rose back after years of waiting. And even though she has some of the best scenes ever with Catherine, it's short-lived because she decided, you know what, I'm about to leave. So it sucks. It really does. But, I mean, the Malone story will go on, but I just feel like, why build up the Catherine and Mama Rose thing if you're just going to write off Mama Rose? So, I mean, that's my 2 cents. But let me know what you think. I don't know. I mean, hell, maybe that Roseanne chair was more tiring than we thought. I just don't know. All right, that's all I got. But thanks so much for tuning into the video. Let me know what you think of Mama Rose retiring. Do you think this is the end of Mama Rose? Do you think she'll ever come back? Do you think her and Catherine will finally have a standoff? Because trust and believe, if she puts that family member in the cell and Catherine gets her ass kicked, Catherine is going to come back with a vengeance. Not to mention, if anything happens to Wyatt, that's a wrap. I feel like if Catherine exacts her wrath and decides to kill off some Malones, Mama Rose and that uncle that she's retiring with will probably come out of retirement. And then it'll be like a huge battle in the very end. So if you would like to donate to the channel, feel free to do so on PayPal or Cash App, or you can join Patreon for as little as $1 a month.